business, okay? I want you to treat it as a business. It's not a little hobby. This is a business opportunity I'm about to present to you. Whenever you start a new business, and my wife and I have a few business opportunities that we have going, we always ask some simple questions when we get started. And the first question is this: is it easy? That's a great question to ask when you start a new business. Do you agree? I mean, who wants to do the difficult stuff? Anyone? Show of hands, please. No one. We all want the easy stuff, but we want the simple stuff that actually works. And that's the second question. Does it work? I want to know that whatever I implement into my life actually is going to work. And so as lifestyle trader, as trading as a business, what we want you to do as new clients is to spend 90 days paper trading. In other words, you're just practicing using the system to prove to yourself that the system actually works. No, we know the system works actually. We've been around 4 or 5 years here in Australia now, and previous to that overseas for about 6 years. So we know our system works. It's been proven over many years. What we have to do is prove that you work with the system. Is that a fair statement? Yes. Yeah. And so what we want to do is, before you risk any of your hard-earned cash, make sure that you know and you're 200% confident that you know that you can do this before you've ever risked a cent. Does that sound like a good idea? And so the second question is, does it work? I know people who've got into business and they didn't prove to themselves that the business opportunity would actually work, and they've got themselves in a lot of debt and all sorts of problems. It's like a noose around their neck. Instead of taking the time to research and practice, and how important is it to paper trade, do you think, when it comes to trading? Do you think it's important? Yeah, it's really important. So the third question I ask is, can I do it? And if I can say yes to all three of these questions, is it easy? Does it work? Can I do it? I believe I've got a really good business opportunity in front of me, and then I can have a go and really put everything into it. Can I do it while I'm traveling? You know, I love to travel. Who here likes to travel? Yeah. So this works while I'm traveling. I love my family. Does this work with my family? Yeah, my kids can learn this. It's so simple. They can start to pick up on this, and so I can build my family and our finances as a family in that way. You know, can I do it technically? Like, I'm not that brilliant with computers. I don't know anyone else here not that great with computers, but I can actually do this, okay? It's not that difficult. But I had to ask those questions, can I do it, before I really invest into it and start risking any money trading the markets.
Easier than I expected, and it didn't take me long to learn anything. I actually find the training videos really helpful as well. I've never had any trading experience whatsoever, and just from the few weeks that I've been paper trading, I've actually experienced a 40% increase from nothing, which is amazing.
This is Lynn. Lynn's actually a long-term friend of mine for about 20 years. I've helped mentor her 4 boys as they were growing up. And her and her husband became clients of ours just under 12 months ago. They spent their first 3 months doing their paper trading, which is what I want you all to do. 90 days of practicing. It'll be the longest 90 days of your life, trust me. And then once she did her paper trading, she went then into her live trading, and has, within 12 months, has now drawing a weekly income out of her trading. Isn't that cool? Ordinary people doing some extraordinary things. And that's what I'll teach you today, how to do that. There's only 3 ways to make money, guys. When it comes down to it, 3 ways. You got your JOBs, which stand for just over broke. And or sometimes you have a business, and oftentimes your business is worse than a JOB. Do you agree? We want to be in a position of freedom. Not trading our time for dollars, but getting our money working for us instead of that JOB. And that's why we do it with our real estate, and we do it with our trading. Real estate, I would say, is more of a capital gain strategy. Do you agree with that? In most cases, I have some positive cash flow properties, which are great for income stream. But in majority of my property, and I'm sure yours too, would be more capital gain strategy. You buy it, you hold it, enjoy the growth over years. Do you agree with that? Yes. And then you could take some of that debt equity even and use it to generate higher returns out of that property. And how could we generate higher returns potentially? Through our trading. Do you think trading is a capital gain strategy, or would you call it a cash flow strategy? Cash flow. Who here needs some more cash flow? Anyone? Yes. That's what the goal of this whole strategy is all about. It is all about cash flow. And we're going to diversify in our trading. How important is it to diversify? Why do we diversify? Why would you do that? Minimize your risk, exactly. And so we can spread things around and not have all our eggs in one basket. Is that a good idea? Yeah. And so with our diversification, we're going to talk about 2 key strategies today, which I'll teach you. The first one is trading our commodities. What are the commodities? Let's yell out some of the commodities so we get a feel for what they are. Oil, It's always a lady who says gold, isn't it? My wife says diamonds, don't worry. Okay, some of the others, silver, wheat, pork bellies, yes. Coffee, come on. Orange juice. Corn, sugar, okay, we got the idea. The stuff we eat, the stuff we burn, the energies, the metals and all that kind of stuff. We have about 50 different commodities as part of our system that you can be trading. Do you think that's enough? Yeah, that's plenty. All right, you're not going to need any more than that, trust me. In fact, you can focus in on the ones that you like to trade. And we want you to be in a number of different trades at any one point in time, trading different commodities so that you've got a spread of trades so you're diversified. Because if you just chose one thing to trade, which one do you think you'd choose? The loser. Right, every time, that little voice in the back of, they're saying, choose this one, choose this one. You always choose the one, they'll be the loser. If you just choose one, and so we say, choose a nice spread of trades. And I'm going to demonstrate shortly a whole basket full of trades. We call ourselves basket traders, not basket cases. Okay? Basket traders, because we like to have a nice basket full of trades whenever we're doing our live trading. Is that a fair idea? Excellent. So we'll talk about our commodities, and we're literally trading the real deal. It's the stuff that makes the world go round. The other kind of strategy I'll teach you today is how to trade your Forex. What's Forex, guys? It's not Queensland beer. Sorry, what is it? Foreign exchange, exactly. Who are the Forex traders in the room? Can I have a show of hands? Excellent. A few people. Excellent. Well, today I'm going to empower you to be able to take your little cut of the largest money market in the world, $3.2 trillion a day. Anyone want a little piece of that pie? Or a big piece? Excellent. And that's where we're going today, is I'll teach you how to trade 12 different currency pairs using our system. Okay? Does that sound good? All right, don't get too excited, Brisbane. All right, Gold Coast down here, yep. 2 things we need to know to become successful in our trading. There's only 2 things you actually need to know to become absolutely successful when it comes to trading. And the first one is this: when to get in. Do you agree? What do you think the second most important thing to know to be successful at trading is? When to get out, exactly. So what's in between all the in and the out, everyone? Time. What else? Growth, profits, loss. I call it fluff. I don't even care. I don't want to know. All I want to know is when to get in and when to get out. And that's all I really want to know to become successful in my trading. So here's how we do it, guys. We look here at our charts. We've got our candlesticks and moving averages. We've got our MACDs. This one I love. I've got our repetitive strain injury. Anyone know what that is? Our what? Our relative what? Relative strength index. Okay, cool. Do you know what that is? It doesn't matter. All I want to know is when to get in and when to get out. And our momentum. All this stuff is technical. They have what you call technical indicators that technical analysts, they want to work out 2 things: when to get in and when to get out. That's all we really want to work out. In fact, if I filled up a room of technical analysts right now, and no offense to you if you're in technical trading, that's fine. It's just not how I choose to do it. It's not the strategy I'm teaching you today. If they were filled up a room and half on this side and half on this side, I bet half of the technical analysts would say get in, and the other half would say get out. Okay? What we want is a real simple system. It just says it's time to get in and it's time to get out. Would that be helpful? Yes. Excellent. So who watches the news at night and sees the ComSec report, sees all the screens in the background of numbers and flashing the charts and think that's too technical? It scares them. It scares you. You think trading is out of your league. Does anyone feel like that? Trading is out of your league? Some people, yes. And so what we want to do is just work out when to buy and when to sell. And so I don't want trading to feel like this fellow. I want trading to be a joy. I want just to be half an hour a day, anywhere in the world, in markets that go up or down. I don't care what direction. As long as it's moving, I can be making money. In fact, even while the markets were plummeting over the last financial year, lifestyle traders reported record profits during that year while the markets were falling. Anyone want a piece of that action? Yeah. That'd be cool, eh? So here's how we do it. Are you ready to learn? Yeah. Thank you for those 2 people. Everyone else, block your ears. Are you ready to learn? Yeah. Excellent. Now, what we have on the screen is our trading system. You can see the interface here is very simple. We have some vertical lines on the screen. And just looking back, you've got all the vertical lines represent one day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The thick line on the screen is Friday. And now what we're doing, we only update our charts once a day. which is why we can do all our trading in half an hour a day. We're not stuck in front of our screens 8 hours a day trying to work in when to get in and when to get out of the market. We're just looking at a long-term trend over a full day of trading. So we wait till the markets have closed. We update our charts. It takes a few seconds to update our charts. Once the markets have closed, we're what's called end-of-day traders. We're not intraday traders. We're end-of-day. So you don't have all that pressure of live trading, and especially if you're a brand new trader, that's a hard thing to get in and out on, making sure that you're on the button and the emotions that are involved with live trading. This is a far better idea for you as a new trader, especially to get an end-of-day trading, because you've got the time to sit back and make sure you're doing the right thing. Is that fair? Yes. So we wait till the markets are closed. Our charts update to tell us what happened over that day of trading, and then we're simply looking for a simple signal to know when to get in or when to get out, exactly. Now on the screen you can see, going back about 3 weeks here, the lines crossed on the screen, and where those lines crossed just there, the green line came on top of the red line. I want you to draw an up arrow on your page and write the word long. When those lines crossed, we're going long. The green line came on top and we're going long in the trade. So that's our signal to get in where the lines crossed. So what are we doing? Going long? Yes? Yes. Excellent. So we're buying low and we're selling high. This is traditionally how you trade, isn't it? When you're trading your shares, for example, you buy your shares low and you sell them high. So you make money while the market's going up. Okay? It's called going long. So write that down on your page, because you're going to help me place some trades very shortly. Okay, so every day I updated my charts from there, the next day, and all the way right along. You read from left to right. You get all the way to the end here to the Friday. Have the lines crossed yet? No. So would I still be in this trade? Yes. Because my signal to get out of the trade is when the lines cross. As soon as the lines cross, that's telling me that the trend in the market is about to change like this. Now the red line comes on top and the market has turned and is starting to go down in value, this commodity. And you can see it's an oil chart on the screen at the moment. So the lines are crossed, so the red line is now on top, which means we're going to now go short in the market. Every day I update my charts just once a day, and I'm looking for a signal now for the lines to cross, which happened 2 weeks later, and the green line came back on top. At that point, I'd get out of my short trade and get back in to go long. So I can be trading both sides of the market here. It doesn't matter if it's going up or down. As long as it's moving, I can be making money. Do you like that? Yes. Some of you are wondering, how do you make money while it's going down in value? Is that a good question? Does anyone like to know that? Yes. Maybe would you like to know? All right, take me 2 minutes to teach you. Who was yelling at me then? All right, who has a nice watch I could borrow? I'll demonstrate how to trade short, how to make money while markets are falling. Someone got a nice watch? Thanks, mate. What's your name? Paul. Paul's my watch broker. Thanks, Paul. A round of applause for Paul. Nice watch. Let's imagine, Paul, that this watch, my lines have crossed to go long or short, everyone? Short. So the red line is on top, saying that the market's about to go down. It's telling us, it's reading the markets, it's not telling the future, it's saying up till today, it's now saying that it looks as though the market's about to go short. No one can tell the future, but we can see what the market has been doing and then stack the odds in our favour and follow that trend. Is that fair? So here we're saying we're going short, and up here, this is my watch chart now, everyone. Can you see that it says watch chart? Yes? Yes, excellent. Up here, US watches, because we're only trading US commodities. Okay, US watches are worth $1,000 US. I'm sure it's worth a lot more than that, Paul, but no offense. Okay, so up there it's worth $1,000 US. So I went to my broker, and I borrowed a watch. Do I own a watch? No. I borrowed a watch. Am I obligated to anyone? No. I'm obligated to my broker. I borrowed a watch. It's not mine. So I'm going to take this watch to the market. And how much are watches worth in the market right now? $1,000 US, because my lines have crossed to go short in the market. So Barry, thank you for $1,000. You're the market, representing this great big market. I've got $1,000 in my hand, yes? And every day I update my charts and I'm looking for one thing. What am I looking for? Lines to cross. That's all I have to do. It takes 30 seconds to update my charts, quickly go through my trades, find which ones the lines are crossing. If the lines are crossed, I get in. If the lines are crossed, I get out. That's simple. That's what our first basic strategy that we're teaching you here. So we get in the next, looking, waiting. 2 weeks later, we've updated our charts. We get a cross to go short or long. Long. Now the green line's back on top. So when the line's crossed to go long, Down here, let's imagine round figures, that watches, US watches are now worth $600 US. They've fallen that far in 2 weeks. Okay, $600 US. I'm going to come back to the market and buy a watch back. How much do they cost? $600. I'm going to buy a watch back. Thank you. All right? And now how much have I got left in my hand? $400 plus a watch. Can I do the runner, everyone? No. Why? I've got to close the deal. I've got to come back to my broker who has allowed me to sell something that I didn't own at a high price to buy back at a low price and keep the difference. Does that sound cool? Does that sound pretty good, Paul?
Sounds good, yeah.
It's a great idea, isn't it? Now, Paul is my broker. Is that deal done?
Deal done.
You happy with that?
I'm very happy.
He's got his watch back. He's happy. And by the way, who thinks that these events here are really good for networking? Show of hands. These 4-day events, are they good for networking? If anyone here wants to trade watches, make sure you come and see Paul, because he is the first broker that I've ever met that didn't charge me commission. So good deal, mate. But you know what? You're not going to get rich doing that. You know, you should be charging about $9 to get in and $9 to get out, because that's what our brokers charge to do our trading. $9 in, $9 out. How competitive is that? And the cool thing about our brokers is that they're training you to do your trading yourself, to put your trades online, and you hit buy and you hit sell. And they're there empowering you to do the trading for yourself, so you don't have to call a broker every time you want to take a trade. They're teaching you to do it yourself, so you can travel just like what I travel. Imagine if I'm in Thailand tomorrow and I want to do some trading. I'm going to call back to Australia to say I want to place a trade on oil or whatever. We teach you, get online and do it yourself. Now, of course, our brokers are there if you need them. You can Skype, email, phone them anytime you need them. But we're teaching you, empowering you to do the simple part of placing your trades. And that's why we can keep our commissions also at very competitive prices. You like the sound of that? And with our share renting and options strategy, it's only $2 commission on your trades. I know people who pay $50, $60, $70 to do that. So our brokers are there to help you and support you and make sure they're empowering you to do your trading yourself. Does that sound good? Yeah. Excellent. All right, so we have a long trade and we have a short trade. So I've shown you when you're going long, you're buying low and selling high. When we're going short, we're doing the opposite. We are selling high and buying low. And we're basically selling something that we don't own at a high price, buying it back at a low price and keeping the profit. That's called going short. Come with me, guys. Follow the screen. The first couple of weeks here, we're going long or short? Then the lines cross. Then we're going? The lines cross, we're going? The lines cross, we're going? This is how we trade both sides of the market. This is what a short entry looks like. And take note of this, because we're about to place some trades and I need you to help me. And this is what a long entry looks like. Some of you are saying, well, what the heck is a green line and a red line anyway? Anyone asking that question? Interesting question. Has anyone heard, this is Aussie Rob, he's down the Chicago Board of Trade. And just over the back of these people here is what you'd call the trading pits. Why do you think they call it the trading pits? Because it is. Because the pits. Give you the pits, will it? It's a big hole in the ground. It's a big hole in the ground. And in the pits are the buyers and the sellers. And when there's more buyers in the pits, what's happening to the bidding on the price of the commodity? Why? Because of supply and at some point when that changeover, let's say we went down to the pits one day and there's more buyers than there are sellers, the price is going up. So you go home and you say, I'll leave my trade because it's going long. The next day I went down to the pits and there's still more buyers in the pits than sellers. I say, okay, I'll just leave it there. I'll go home and leave my trade in place because it's still going long. The next day I went down, there's still more buyers than there are sellers. So I'll leave my trade in place because it's still going long. The price is still going up. More people bidding, just like when I buy a property, for example. If I go to an auction and there's a lot of bidders there but only one property being sold, the bidding just keeps on pushing the price up. It's the basic principle of supply and demand. And so this is the same with this. At some point I'm going to go down because prices don't just keep going up forever. Some people might think that with gold right now. Who's been trading gold in the last few weeks? Would you like to have a look at gold in a few minutes? It's really interesting. It's incredible. It's going long. So many people are putting their money into the safe haven of gold right now. And when markets are all erratic, as they have been, do you think gold is a nice thing that people could invest into? And we'll have a look at gold in just a few minutes. And so what we're saying is sometime we'll go down to the pits and eventually there'll be more sellers than there are buyers in the pits. And when there's more sellers, people trying to sell their commodity but not enough people buying, what's going to happen to the price? It's going to go down. It's going to start going short. And that's on our software when the lines cross. So what I'm saying here is that the green line on top is representing the buyers in the market. When there's more buyers in the market, the price is going. And at some point, there'll be more sellers in the market, and that's when our lines cross. There's a change in the trend. More sellers in the market means the price is going. Hello? Oh, thank you. All right. We're going to sleep or what? Do you want to stand up and have a stretch? All right, stand up and have a quick stretch. I know after lunch is a hard session. All right. The green line is representing the buyers in the market. So when the green line's on top, we're expecting to go long. The red line's representing the sellers in the market. When the red line's on top, it's saying there's more sellers in the market, so the price is going short. Who'd like to place some trades with me? Anyone? Okay, we'll have a look and see what's going on in the market. Oh, look at this first. We started back in March this year, a $40,000 trading account, trading on the grains and softs. You can see up the top. The grains and softs, we can even have a look at them today. The grains and softs, so we recommend as young traders especially, because they're trending so nicely and oftentimes they're more affordable for brand new traders to get into trading. So lifestyle traders continually producing profits. You can see as we grew over 100% of our account, on our account, through those 5 months to July 09. That's not a bad return, hey, in those 5 months. And that's the kind of profits. You can see some of those weeks we were going down. That's okay. Do you think you're always going up when it comes to trading? By the way, remember we said trading is a business, yes? And does every business have profit every single week, or do you have some months where you pay your bills first and then the profits come in? And that's how we treat our trading as well. And you have to have that mindset that trading is a business, and occasionally you will have some losses. No, if anyone tells you that you never have losses when it comes to trading, what is important is that you have good risk management. Do you agree? We want you to be in the trading game for the long haul and not be outside your risk tolerance. And we teach you very clearly how to make sure that you are a long-term trader by having good risk management in place. Guys, before I show this as a disclaimer, I'm demonstrating this program for you today. I'm not advising you to go and trade these things. Is that fair? Yes. Okay, I'm just demonstrating how it works and how you can go and trade. I'm using real live data and up to date. All right, so I'll pull up the software and I'm going to go into commodities to start with. So click on commodities, and you've got commodities and Forex. Here are the two we're looking at.